You got to stay healthy. You got to stay healthy. You got to stay healthy. Breaking news in the NFL world: Derek Carr is retiring. Now, this comes as a shock to everybody. We knew we had um, that shoulder injury. Everybody was thinking that is why the Saints should have probably taken Shador Sanders, but they got who they got. That's a conversation for another day. But you knew he was going through all of this stuff, and he was going to have to rehab. But instead of going through this whole process again, he has decided to hang it up. He has decided to hang it up. That is why it is so important. You have to stay healthy in this game. Sometimes you can walk away, but other times the game will spit you out. And that's a shame. You always want to be in a situation where you can walk away um, on your own 2 feet. Like it's your own decision. We talked about this a couple days ago when I was talking about Brandon Graham and Jason Kelsey. And for the most part, they're walking away by their own, decisions. Brandon Graham maybe less so because he had the torn tricep, but Jason Kelsey, he walked away of his own volition. He knew it was time to go, so he decided to step away. He doesn't have a knee injury. He doesn't have a sling. He doesn't have a knee brace. None of that. He walked away. And this is another situation with Derek Carr where the game spits you out. Everybody ain't lucky to just walk away and have that fairy tale moment at the press conference where you thanking everybody because it was a good run, all of that type of stuff. Sometimes you don't make it that far. Sometimes you don't make it into the next season. You had plans on it. Derek Carr is not very old. Derek Carr, I'm not how old is Derek Carr? He is not old at all. 34 for quarterbacks when you got Joe Flacco at 40. So 34 years old is not very old. Clearly, he didn't want to do this, but the situation, and this is what I say all the time. I've been talking about this when I was talking about Juju Watkins from USC rehabbing, all the numerous players from the NFL that have had to rehab at one point in time, regardless of what you are rehabbing. The biggest hurdle you have to overcome is your mental state because rehab is hard. And then once you think your body is right, you got to make your mind get to that point. Your mind has to convince you that you can do all of those moves you used to do. Because way in the back, you remember what happened. You zigged when you should have zagged and something popped. You remember that in the back of your mind. So once you get to the point where you think you're physical or the doctors say, hey, you got a green light, the first time you go out there and you try to go full speed, you can't go full speed because your body is trying to protect itself. Your mind is trying to slow down, slow down. We remember what happened last time we were going this fast. So you have to build up your mental, you got to cross that mental threshold. So your mind tells your body, take the limits off. The body is ready. You can go full tilt. You can stop on the dime. You can make that cut. You can cross somebody over. You can jump up and go get that pass or slam or whatever the situation is. Your mind has to tell your body, it has to take the training wheels off and we have to go. And apparently, Derek Carr didn't want to go through that no more. That is a rough decision. We just saw the kid that Travis Jordan, knee injury, same thing, retires at 24 because you don't want to go through that process again. That is a grueling process. I am lucky. I count myself lucky. I have never broken a bone. I have never torn a knee, popped an ACL, popped anything out of socket, partially torn. The only thing I've ever had as a running back is I had a severe sprained ankle. But I ain't never broke nothing, ain't never torn nothing. I had a couple of bad bone bruises. That was it. But the stuff that I see that these guys got to go through with the rehab and the Cybex and all of that type of stuff, that's a whole nother level. And it takes a whole nother level of mental toughness to get your body right. And then once you get past that, get your mind right. So, yeah, breaking news. Derek Carr is retiring.